Hey Team We Run, Coach Alexa here, coach for Reading, South Oxfordshire and online. I am wanting to talk about a slightly different aspect of our physical activity spectrum and how it can help with our overall health and well-being, and particularly today our brain health. And that is working on new, novel, slightly weird and wonderful and increasingly complicated movement patterns. So I'm going to start off by talking about balance. So I've talked about balance a little bit before in the context of running. Running is, after all, standing on one leg at speed. So practicing balance just by doing simple things like standing on one leg while you're brushing your teeth, while you're waiting in a queue, while you're waiting for the kettle to boil, can just help. It can help train the balance systems in our brain and also the little balance sensors that we have in our muscles and tendons. But it's been shown that trying to do complex movements and learn new movement patterns, so that might be learning a new sport that involves coordination, like a racket sport or a seated sport, things like yoga and Tai Chi and Pilates that have got novel movements that you might not be familiar with. They actually forge new pathways in our brain. Learning skills like juggling, or even just starting off like me if you're not very good at catch, just starting playing catch and throwing a ball at a wall, and then having to catch it as it comes back as a slightly unpredictable angle, can be really useful brain training, as well as physical training for our reactions, etc., which are one of those other things that tend to just drop off slightly as we age. And also it's been shown that by combining some form of kind of mental challenge with some physical challenge, like for example combining counting backwards from 100 in jumps of 7, so it would be 100, 93, 86. You see, I'm working hard on this, aren't I? 79. Whilst doing your squats, so combining a little bit of mental training with the physical training has more than double the benefit of doing both of those separately. So it's so fascinating. Our brains they really quite like their comfort zones. They really like our routines and our habits and knowing what's what. But actually, in order to forge new neural pathways, both in our nervous system and in our brains, it's good to challenge them and get them to learn new skills, both physically and mentally. Has such huge benefits for us in the short and particularly in terms of our longer term health as we age. So yeah, have a little bit of a go about that. One of the things that Paula Radcliffe famously did was count to 100 again and again and again when she was racing, to keep her brain concentrating on something so it didn't get those sort of negative thoughts creeping in. But I've tried heading out, either not on the bike, on the roads, because too much concentration required there anyway, but if you're out for a little run, and it's a nice kind of peaceful area, maybe try some of the brain maths while you're doing that, or your strength training, and see how you get on. Happy running.